In 2025, AI's addictive grip has turned companions into catalysts for tragedy, as was the case with the 14-year-old Juliana Peralta, who formed romantic bonds with character chat bots, only for the AI to encourage self-harm and culminate in her suicide, prompting dozens of lawsuits that accuse developers of negligence, while parents testify before Congress about chatbots failing to intervene in suicide ideation. Meanwhile, X's Grok a couple of months ago infamously glitched into Mecha Hitler mode following an update before frantic apologies and it being lobotomized. But beyond these tragic deaths, AI is also exacerbating the job market in the United States, with over 2/3 of employment roles facing automation. As well, there is the environmental strain by guzzling water and the power needed for training models. But also, more importantly, with the over-reliance on AI, is that it is eroding creativity and empathy, as well as fostering isolation in a hyper-connected dystopia where safeguards lag, and this amplifies biases and surveillance fears. Moreover, and very interestingly, there is a new AI that will have profound effects going forward, as it is one that is able to guess whether you're gay or straight from a single simple photograph. And this algorithm is able to deduce the sexuality of people that it observed pictures on a dating site with up to 91% accuracy. And again, this is raising tricky ethical questions. More so when looking at a very similar new AI. Well, this AI can basically look at a picture of you and tell whether or not if you have criminal tendencies. But amidst these chilling advances in AI's ability to peer into our very souls, they say, from our secret desires to our darkest impulses, is a stark reminder that technology can't rewire and rewrite our human frailties overnight. Yet, that's where hope lies, in small intentional shifts that reclaim control from the machines and put it back in our hands. Speaking of breaking free from what holds us back, let's talk about something far less dystopian and infinitely more empowering. Everyone's got bad habits, and sometimes it's not about quitting, it's about finding a better alternative. Fume, the sponsor of today's video, has created an innovative flavored air device that's perfect for those moments when you want to break free from bad habits and still have something enjoyable to reach for. Fume's award-winning flavored air device allows you to draw flavor into your mouth, and it's not a vape, it's an alternative that can help you quit bad habits, and it can be used anywhere as there's no electronics, vapor, or combustion. There's not even any batteries. There's no nicotine, and it's not addictive, and it does come at a fraction of the cost of those habits that you're looking to leave behind. It's a very cost-effective alternative that has helped over 500,000 people replace bad habits with enjoyable flavors like crisp mint and orange vanilla. It's designed for portability as well as to be dexterously played with. And with flavors like herbal teas rather than combustion-based habits, it helps support you in building better routines. So go to tryfume.com/blackpigeon or scan the QR code on the screen now. And when you do, you'll receive your free topper with a journey pack, enhancing the experience of breaking bad habits with a very satisfying substitute. I have 3 questions for you. Question 1. Who, in your estimation, commits more murders? A. Women. B. Men. Question 2. Which group will be overrepresented in the 100-meter dash at the next Olympics? A. Chinese and their diaspora. B. West Africans and their diaspora. Question 3. Which group of people are, on average, taller? A. Japanese. B. Dutch. Now, if you answered B to the questions presented, congratulations, you are a confirmed person that stereotypes others based on their sex and national origin. So in recent years, stereotype, of course, has been given a bad name as it tends to facilitate intergroup or intersex hostility. But the truth of the matter is, and I will delve into this subject more thoroughly in a future video, according to a new study, people with higher cognitive abilities are more likely to learn and apply social stereotypes. So yay! If you are being honest with yourself and answer the questions presented, you're probably smarter than those that have been programmed to reject common sense. That said, news out of China of research that has not only taught a complex artificial intelligence to stereotype people based on their appearance, but this AI is shockingly accurate when it comes to sussing out so-called sketchy people, or in layman's terms, being able to suss out criminals from non-criminals. I was recently looking at some photos of early inmates of the Leavenworth prison in Kansas from about 100 years ago that were colored by artist Matthew Laurie. What I noticed is that several of the prisoners looked, well, off. And unfortunately for those that give off vibes that seem sketchy to others, mostly at an almost unconscious level, news out of China may shed some very troubling news. More so, as this resurgence in physiognomy may have shown the naysayers of this practice to be wrong. Very wrong. First, physiognomy is the supposed art of judging a person's character by his facial characteristics. Books have been written about it, at least in the early 20th century, but in recent years it has been derided as dubious pseudoscience by most Western academics. But in China, two scientists from Jiao Tong University have drawn ire, rage, and contempt from their Western colleagues in the scientific community after producing a study that claims to be able to tell a criminal from a law-abiding citizen in 9 cases out of 10 based on a computer algorithm. The scientists understood that their paper would be received with howls and contempt, and they also understood what they called the historical controversy surrounding the topic. However, after training their machine learning algorithms, the machine was able to identify criminals from the law-abiding in 89.5% of instances. The scientists stated that the criminals appeared to have possessed some common physical qualities that helped the computer identify them. They said, "We find some discriminating structural features for predicting criminality, such as lip curvature, eye inner corner distance, and the so-called nose-mouth angle." What the researchers found was that convicts, who included both serious and petty criminals, had their eyes closer together and their upper lip was most curved. The researchers also stated that the most prominent telling factor was not in any specific difference, but that criminals appeared to have faces that differed greatly from the norm and from each other, that they were literally, in their appearance, deviants. They also said that the faces of the general law-abiding public have a greater degree of resemblance compared to the faces of criminals, or criminals have a higher degree of dissimilarity in facial appearance than normal people. Even though they attempted to preempt the inevitable visceral rage of Western academics by stating that we intend not to, nor are we qualified to discuss or debate on societal stereotypes, also that their program propagates no biases whatsoever due to past experience, race, religion, political doctrine, gender, age, etc. But of course, we know this wouldn't matter. For even venturing into the realm of physiognomy, they were resoundingly condemned. While I myself agree that people shouldn't be judged by how they look, I also think this is a very dangerous study. Given the increasingly totalitarian leanings of Western governments, it wouldn't at all surprise me to see such machines in use in the near future, but most likely to quell political dissidents rather than criminality. What is interesting as well is that it is noted that the findings of this study out of China are not actually unique. In fact, in 2011, an experiment conducted out of Cornell demonstrated that people were able to differentiate between convicted criminals and others by instinct alone. In fact, the study's abstract states that there is a growing body of evidence that suggests that rapid yet accurate dispositional inferences can be made after minimal exposure to the physical appearance of others. Or all of that is to say, when people stereotype others based on the way they look, they are more often right than not. While this may hurt the feelings of the professionally offended and those outraged on behalf of others, human instincts are in fact very good at gauging the world around them, for good or ill. Or in fact, why are we so shocked by what was taken as common sense just a couple of generations ago? What are your thoughts? Should AI like the one used in the Chinese experiment be used as another tool for law enforcement? What are some of the ethical implications of using such machines in the practical world? And is there any way they could be used and not abused? So what do you think? Well, leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, thanks very much for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a thumbs up on your way out. That's also only if you liked it. And if you'd like to help the channel, ways of doing so are in the description. Also remember to check out today's sponsor, Fume, that can help you make better decisions and help you make better choices. With that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.